Hello, dear friends. If you know who you really are, you'd never be afraid again. Opinion piece. The Great Collapse. Planetary liberation. The battle is won. Freedom and social justice. Live this moment to the fullest. Reality transformation. An unsettling and hopeful future. The process also causes discomfort. Huge changes with great improvements. End of limited and limiting consciousness. The door to Ascension is opening. Archbishop Vigano sends a letter to Trump. Everything leads to exposure and innovation. The world is built on shifting suns. Let's start. The Great Collapse is a 2015 film directed by Theo Agerinos that is based on true events. It is about the delirium in the real estate market on the eve of the economic collapse. It chronicles a high-speed journey of an unsuspecting mortgage broker swallowed by the greed and overindulgence of the real estate boom in the mid-2000s. Because the mortgage business was full of traps. The story is set in 2007, where 20% of the state of California is employed in real estate, and the banks are in hiring frenzy in a world built on shifting suns. It looks ahead to an unsettling but also hopeful future. The term Great Financial Collapse refers to a situation in which global economic markets suffer a sudden and significant downturn, resulting in a large-scale economic and social crisis. This could include a stock market crash, a decline in the value of currency, uncontrolled inflation, debt default, suspension of payments, bankruptcy of companies, and loss of employment for many citizens. The Great Financial Collapse could be caused by several factors, such as financial speculation, lack of adequate regulation, corruption, rising public and private debt, political instability, natural disasters, and other unpredictable events. Historically, there have been several episodes of major financial collapses, including the Great Depression of the 30s, the Asian financial crisis of 1997, and the global financial crisis of 2008. Wave of light. The forces of light are flooding the planet with one powerful wave of high frequency, one after another, steadily increasing the frequency of the Earth according to Peter B. Mayer. This powerful incoming light is sent to Earth by higher intelligences with the best of intentions and the purpose of activating all dormant DNA strands. This superactivation moves the planet further along a new alternate timeline into the new 5-dimensional Earth, resulting in the collapse of the lower frequencies. In scientific terms, frequency refers to the number of wave cycles that occur in 1 second and is measured in Hertz. Frequency can be measured through the Schumann resonance, which is the electromagnetic frequency of the Earth. It is generated due to electrical activity in the upper atmosphere and results in the activation of certain genetic codes. Ascension. The Earth is evolving into a higher state of consciousness, which will lead to a profound transformation of reality and a new era of peace, love, and harmony. Earth is moving into a higher dimension of reality, where a greater connection to the divine source is experienced and thoughts and emotions are manifested more rapidly. The fifth dimension is said to be a state of consciousness in which the unity and interconnectedness of all things is experienced, and desires and intentions can be manifested more easily. The idea of a new five-dimensional Earth is related to a shift in the collective consciousness of humankind, in which the divisions and limitations of the ego are overcome, and a new vision of reality based on love and unity is embraced. It is believed that the Earth is evolving into a higher state of consciousness, and a new era of peace, love, and harmony. This belief is based on the idea that the Earth is moving into a higher dimension of reality, where a greater connection with the divine source is experienced, and thoughts and emotions can manifest more quickly. Complaints. Despite the usual complaints that nothing changes, nothing gets better, chaos increases, and so many other stories from those who have neither eyes to see nor ears to hear, this year 2023 will be a bountiful one, especially for those who have done their homework for the new 5D Earth. Those who have sown wheat will reap wheat, but those who sow tares will reap their own seed. Every living being builds its own reality, so don't expect others to do it for you. Change always happens from within, because everyone has their own key to initiate change. Waiting for someone else to do it for you is not an option. The cry is always the same. In quotes, they talk a talk, but nothing happens. And in fact, for these people, nothing will change because they decreed so. The battle against evil has been won, but convincing the zombies of what has happened is virtually impossible. They will first have to experience it for themselves, after the liberation of planet Earth becomes a reality. Evil can manifest itself in many different forms, such as violence, injustice, oppression, discrimination, and corruption, among others. Although great strides have been made in the fight against evil, there is still much work to be done to create a more just, peaceful, and equitable world. Huge changes. All these radical changes bring significant improvements to the destiny of humankind. They offer visible and undeniable feelings of joy. People are beginning to feel better, while those who are not awake will not know why. This has outlined the great emerging changes, which is why it is taking so long to experience liberation. The wait is for the awakening of the masses, who cannot be convinced other than by experiencing it for themselves. One of the major changes is the Jezero program, which will be a major event in the history of humankind, and is being experienced now in our lifetime. When asked when this will happen, the answer is when the masses revolt against evil, or through hyperinflation, when they do not have enough money to buy food. Planet Earth is now entering the 5D, which is a positive dimension for nature, food, and happiness. 5D creates more jobs for the conservation and purification of our planet. The metric of gross income no longer applies to spending money. This metric is nothing more than an illusion, like the figures for the value of stocks or real estate, etc. People are going to realize the true purpose of their life, now forgotten by most. Purpose of life. The purpose of life is the pursuit of happiness or well-being, while other theories emphasize personal fulfillment, achievement of goals, and contribution to society. From a spiritual perspective, the purpose of life is to serve higher self, to fulfill a divine purpose, and to achieve a spiritual enlightenment. These goals are not incompatible but complementary. Some people may find life's purpose in family, career, creativity, exploration of the world, search for truth, or contribution to society. What is important is that each person has a meaningful and satisfying purpose that enables him or her to live a full and happy life. Meaning of life. The meaning of life is to find happiness. Others suggest it is to seek knowledge and wisdom, and still others believe it is to create meaning and purpose in life through personal fulfillment and contribution to society. From a spiritual perspective, the meaning of life is to serve a higher being and fulfill a divine purpose, while others stress the importance of living a virtuous life and doing good for others. Ultimately, the meaning of life can be subjective and depends on the individual beliefs and perspectives of each human being. It may be related to the pursuit of happiness, personal fulfillment, purpose and contribution to society, or a combination of these factors. Gateway to Ascension. Vital Force then explains how to make the transition. Light is the creative source of all that exists in the infinity of the cosmos. From the source itself, which is the cosmic central sun, this creative energy propagates through each central solar system of the multiverse, through each central sun again in each universe, and then through the central sun of the entire galaxy. Thus, the origin of life arose in the motion of each star, which in turn also represents a sun called a local solar system. The local solar system has a number of planets and moons, and this is easy to understand because we live in one of them. The idea that light is the creative source of all that exists is a belief found in many spiritual and religious traditions. Light is often associated with life energy and is believed to be the force that animates and gives life to all that exists in the universe. According to this belief, life is a manifestation of the divine energy that flows throughout the universe and is responsible for creating and all creation. It is believed that this divine energy is the source of all life, consciousness, and love, and that everything that exists is a manifestation of it. From this perspective, it is understood that everything in the universe is interconnected and that everything has a divine essence and that a connection to the source of creation. Light is believed to be the key to connecting with this divine source and to experiencing the true nature of reality. In many spiritual traditions, meditation and prayer are used to connect with the light and to experience the divine presence within oneself. In short, the idea that light is the creative source of all that exists is a belief that is based on the idea that everything is interconnected and that everything has a divine essence. Changing mirror. We are actually on this planet Earth, where life known to humankind was introduced by the light that reaches here. Light not only produces life as we know it, it also created all the minerals, the gas, the water, the air, and everything else that exists on this planet. So we can say that all the changes that have taken place and will take place depend on the frequency of this light emitted by the local sun, which actually acts as a changing mirror. It only reflects the light and energy it receives from other suns. All creation within this infinity, not yet understood by the limited mind of the humankind, is dependent upon the frequency of light received in each sidereal sphere, which is the period in which the Earth makes one complete rotation. It is as if within each sun there is a device that filters and regulates the intensity and composition of this energy according to the need of each planetary home. Within the divine plans that govern the worlds, there is always a definite purpose for each one. Here on Earth, it is not different. Within the movement of evolution, all was already foreseen even before creation, that is, formation from the origin through cosmic dust. And now, we, as a humankind on Earth, have the opportunity to witness a planetary transition, an event that has never been observed here before, as it is only the first transition of this young planet, and as if this galactic event were not enough, terrestrial humankind can also make its ascension in physical body. We are living in epic times in a way that has its repercussions within the entire galaxy. A beautiful blue planet is about to celebrate its existential coming of age, now that it is part of the Galactic Federation of Light. We have left behind the energy produced by photons and are now receiving the energy produced by gamma light. This causes a radical change in everything that exists on this planet, as gamma light changes the energy base from carbon to a crystalline energy base. Gamma light. All these changes take place due to the continuous increase of gamma light. This light comes by reflection from our local sun, as it comes from the central sun. It is a program recommended by intelligent forms of consciousness that control this frequency to maintain existing life on our planet. Gamma light from the cosmos is a form of high energy electromagnetic radiation that is produced in violent astrophysical processes, such as a supernova, exploding stars, and collisions of celestial objects such as neutron stars or black holes. Gamma light is the most energetic form of electromagnetic radiation known, and could be dangerous to life on Earth if produced in large quantities. However, gamma light reaching Earth from space is filtered and attenuated by the Earth's atmosphere, so it does not pose a risk to humankind. Portals. This process can be linked to a valve, but many know it as a gate. These portals began to open gradually from 2012 onwards. According to an increasing scale in terms of frequencies, they intensified in accordance with the absorption capacity of living beings on Earth. Each portal opened is an event. Each event intensified its potential at shorter intervals. This means that as the months go by, more rapid and clearer changes occur. We are now entering the season of the most intense events. Each gateway will let in more energy to create the new Earth. In fact, we are very close to the climax, also called the Great Event, which is the opening of the greatest portal we have ever experienced. Each portal that opens also opens a little more of each consciousness ready for the changes. And this is easy to observe. You yourselves can see how capacity for understanding today is not the same as before. Every day your consciousness can absorb more information because it is now expanding faster. But not everything is rosy in life. The process also causes much discomfort, as it is part of the great shift. While most of this discomfort is caused by resistance to change, there is also the energetic adjustment of the body, both physical and mental. There is also the change in the DNA and the activation of other helices that were previously inactivate. According to information coming through transmission from our Arcturian brethren, the next portals will activate the fifth helix or the fifth ribbon, as they say. In short, this is immeasurable progress within this transition. Our physical bodies are now undergoing extraordinary changes in terms of frequency and vibration, and in the near future, even the biological changes will be noticed and recognized by humankind's science. The time of limited and limiting consciousness is coming to an end. It is an event to celebrate, not to mourn. Live this moment to the fullest, for life is truly beautiful and should be lived to the fullest. Universal Circanda. The main portals of this year 2023 will open, foreseen as a year of great changes, as it has the number 7. It follows the cosmic scheme for the worlds, and nothing and none and no one can change it or stop it, which is already foreseen in the Universal Ciranda. Universal Ciranda is a social and cultural movement that seeks to promote unity and harmony among all people, regardless of their origin, culture, or beliefs. This initiative is based on the idea that we are all interconnected beings and our actions and thoughts can therefore have a positive or negative impact on the world around us. Ciranda Universal originated in Brazil in the 90s and has expanded internationally in recent years. Its practitioners believe that music and dance can be a powerful way of connecting and expressing the unity and harmony that exists in all cultures of the world. The practice of Universal Ciranda involves active participation in music and dance circles, where people come together to sing and dance together. Through this experience, it seeks to create a sense of community and connection and to cultivate values such as respect, solidarity, and compassion. The Universal Ciranda is an expression of the growing need to unite people around the world in a common people around the world in an effort to promote peace, social justice, and environmental sustainability. I am Viral Frosty, and my mission is enlightenment. News. Santiago Peña wins the presidential elections in Paraguay. Erdogan announces Turkish troops eliminated Islamic State leader in Syria. RFK Jr. warns that there is no time in history when the people who censored speech were the good guys. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s presidential campaign has begun with the Democratic hopeful criticizing his party for promoting censorship. Archbishop Vigano has sent a letter to Donald Trump warning about the dark side both within the government and the church. Carlo Maria Vigano is a retired Italian Catholic archbishop who became a public figure in 2018 after he published an open letter to Pope Francis accusing him of covering up abuse committed by a cardinal. Vigano has suggested that the dark side has links to the Catholic Church and criticized the political and financial leaders he believes are part of this structure. According to a doomsday prophecy by Marie-Julie Yaheni, Russia would invade Israel at the end of time. There would be a rain of blood announcing the coming of the Antichrist, a civil war in France, the destruction of Paris, the persecution of Christians, and 3 days of darkness that would bring peace to the world. Bo Polny reveals the great real estate collapse that is about to hit the world. Bo Polny is a financial and market analyst who has made several predictions in the past, some of which have come true. Events. According to the Storm Rider, events are in the way for the continuation of current Black Swan event. Everything leads to exposure. Everything that is happening now is happening according to the books and procedures. Everything leads to intervention, but at the same time, the dark side is deploying its final assets to create a global scare event. The White Hats are going to allow the collapse and the scare event to happen according to the game theory operations manual. The scare event has to happen to trigger a huge wake-up event of the sleeping ship. Everything has to be done legally by the books and get the information on the official record. Trust the plan. Promises made, promises kept. The world is connected. The Storm Rider is a character that has become popular on social media as an anonymous insider who has access to inside information about political events and hidden conspiracies. He is said to be a member of the intelligence services or the defense community. The Storm Rider has become known for his posts on Twitter and other social media in which he makes predictions and cryptic comments about political events and conspiracies. Some of these posts have gone viral and have been the subject of online speculation and debate. Global scare. A global scare event is an event that would generate great fear and anxiety in the world's population. These events can be caused by a variety of factors, including natural disasters, disease outbreaks, political or military conflicts, terrorist threats, among others. Global fear events can have a significant impact on people's psychology and behavior. For example, they can increase anxiety, fear, and concern for personal and collective security. They can also lead to changes in behavior, such as the adoption of precautionary measures, the disruption of daily routines, and the seeking of information and guidance. The term awakening of the sleeping sheep refers to a process of awareness and spiritual awakening in which people realize that they have been living in a limited and controlled reality and begin to seek greater freedom and authenticity in their lives. In a broader sense, spiritual awakening and the search for greater awareness and freedom are variable and significant processes in personal development and self-realization. These processes can include the exploration of spirituality, philosophy, psychology, and other areas of knowledge and practice that promote personal growth and development. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.